Hi, this video is about the summarizing questions of activity 9 of unit PC, mixing and solubility. S1, restaurants that offer sweet tea on their menus usually make it by adding sugar to freshly brewed hot tea. Why? Sugar dissolves in water, we know, and this solution is faster at high temperature. And for this, in restaurants, when we offer the tea, sweet tea, they before added the sugar, and sugar is dissolving until the tea reaches the customer. S2, what should happen when a solution consisting of a dissolved solid in a liquid is cooled? Explain your reasoning. Solids become more soluble in liquids as the temperature goes up. So cooling the liquid will cause a solute to come out of solution. This will lead to crystallization. S3, you have seen a model of the sugar dissolving in water in exploration 5. Think back to the charcoal mixing in the water. Charcoal is considered in solute in water. Now, when we stir up the mixture, the charcoal appears to be suspended in the water, but eventually settles up. We were also able to filter it. We refer to these types of mixtures as suspensions. Part A, give an example of another suspensions that you may have seen before. Moody water, chocolate milk. Part B, give an example of a solution that you have seen before. Pancake syrup, air, and soda water. Part C, how can you decide whether something is a solution or a suspension? How clear is the liquid is determines whether the solid is suspended or this solid in the liquid, or we can use the filter to see that we can see any solid in the filter or not. It's determined this something is a solution or suspension. Part D, how is the arrangement of particles different in a solution and suspension? Use well labeled diagrams to illustrate the differences. Suspension is this, that we can see clearly the particles, solid particles in the solution or mixing, and when we filtered, these particles come, all of the particles come out of the liquid, and we see clearly in the filter. But for this solution, after a while, the solid particles surrounding by the liquid particles, and after a while dissolving and in the liquid. S4, refine your model of the reusable hand warmers. In this model, part A, decide if the liquid substance before activation is a suspension or solution. Is a suspension that we can feel the when we touch the hand warmer, we can feel the particles very clearly. Part B, provide details about the position of the particles before and after the hand warmers in activated. Before the activated, when we touch the hand warmers, we can feel the particles of solid in it. But after the activated, the particles of solid surrounding by the particles of liquid, and because of that we can when we touch it, we can feel the liquid particles clearly, like the before activated. Part C, Explain why there is a release of energy and why the metal wafer is necessary for the hand warmer to be activated. Yes, there is a release of energy to that this solids that solids being starts to dissolves in the liquid, and because of the heat that released from the energy causes the warmth that we feel. S5, what is the difference between a suspension and a solation? In suspension, we see the particles clearly in the liquid when we saw and we feel them clearly, and the suspension looks the cloudy, not the clear liquid or mixing. But in the solution, we can see the particles inside and feel the particles clearly, and the solution is look like the clear mixing.